Please, don't take my brother. I'm not leaving you, not ever.
Boston, winter. Cole Harrington, the kind of neighbor who stops, pulls over by the Longfellow Bridge and hears a small cry. A boy, Evan, cradles his newborn brother, shaking. Cole wraps them in his overcoat. "I'm not leaving you," he says. A red knit cap, a toy fire truck, one promise. But when the white lights arrive, who can they trust, and who is trying to take the baby away? Boston winter presses in like a held breath. The Charles is gray glass beneath the Longfellow Bridge. Cole Harrington eases his sedan to the curb when a thin cry threads the wind. He kills the engine, steps into the Sting, red tie snapping. Another cry, smaller, from the guardrail. He follows it because some sounds do not let you drive on. "Hey!" he calls, voice steady. "I hear you." A boy huddles behind the rail, maybe 8, cheeks chapped, sweatshirt too thin. In his arms, a newborn, swaddled in a torn towel dusted with snow. The boy's knuckles are white. Fear and stubbornness sit side by side in his eyes. "Back off," the boy whispers. "He's mine." Cole lifts both hands. "Okay. My name is Cole. I stopped because I heard him. Are you hurt?" The boy shakes his head. "He's cold. He needs Mom." The last word breaks. "Mom's not here." Cole takes a slow step closer. Heat spills from his car. "What's your name?" "Evan." He tucks the baby tighter. "My brother's Noah." Cole kneels, making his overcoat a shelter. "Evan, can I help keep Noah warm while we get somewhere safe? You stay with him. I won't take him from you." Evan studies Cole's face the way kids measure truth. "People say things," he mutters. "Then they leave." "I'm not leaving you," Cole says, and he means it. He slips his coat around both boys, wrapping warmth over Evan's shoulders first. "We can sit in my car with the heat on. You hold Noah. I'll drive to the clinic 2 blocks up. You choose where you sit." The baby whimpers, thin and brittle. A loose hospital bracelet hangs from Noah's ankle, the ink smudged but legible. Evan's pocketed hand clutches a scuffed toy fire truck with one wheel missing. "Does Noah like the siren?" Cole asks softly. Evan nods. "I make the noise. He stops sometimes." "Then keep that truck ready," Cole says. "I'll get us warm." They move together, careful and close. Cole opens the passenger door and helps Evan climb in without surrendering his brother. He cranks the heat, rubs the air toward their faces. Evan leans away at first, guarding the baby with his whole frame. "You did good," Cole says, buckling them gently. "You kept him breathing." Evan stares through the glass. "A man said to wait by the bridge. He said he'd come back. He didn't." The words fall flat, as if feeling them would be too much. "I'm sorry," Cole says. He taps his phone, calls ahead. "This is Cole Harrington. I'm bringing in a newborn and an 8-year-old. Cold exposure. We're 3 minutes out." He pulls into the slow lane, wipers ticking. Evan presses the toy fire truck to Noah's blanket and makes a soft siren. "Who are you?" he asks. "A neighbor," Cole says. "Someone who can drive." "People know you," Evan murmurs. "I've seen your picture." "Maybe," Cole answers. "Tonight, I'm the guy with the warm car." Snow blurs the river and lights. Evan's eyes are heavy, but his grip does not loosen. The baby's color edges from blue to pink. "At the clinic," Cole says. "You tell me who you want to hand Noah to. You choose. We do it your way." Evan breathes out, shaky. "Promise?" "Promise," Cole says. He lets the words sit between them, simple and solid. The clinic rises ahead, glass bright under white lights. Cole pulls to the curb and leaves the engine running. The doors slide open with a hush. He looks at Evan. "Ready?" Evan nods, small and brave. He keeps the toy fire truck in one hand, Noah in the other, and for the first time since the bridge, he lets a stranger stand close without flinching. They step into the light together, the coat a tent over all 3, and the night closes behind them with soft, drifting snow. White lights glare across linoleum as Cole pushes through the sliding doors, coat still wrapped around Evan and Noah. Nurses lift their heads. One wheels over a bassinet. Another calls for blankets. Cole steadies his voice. Newborn, cold exposure. Older brother's been holding him the whole time. Evan clutches tighter, panic sharpening his face. No, don't take him! His voice cracks against the white walls. Cole crouches beside him. Evan, listen. They need to check Noah. Make sure he's okay, but you decide who holds him. You tell them. The charge nurse pauses, eyes flicking to Cole. He's stable enough for intake, but we have to examine him. Evan's chest heaves. If they take him, he won't come back. Cole sets his hand to his own chest, slow. I promised. You'll see him the whole time. Who do you trust to hold him? The boy scans the faces. Scrubs, masks, all strangers. His eyes rest on Cole. His jaw works, tight. Finally, he whispers, You. Cole nods once. Then I will. He eases Noah from Evan's arms with care, letting Evan keep one hand tucked under the blanket. Together, they lower the baby into the bassinet. Cole stays bent over, one hand still resting on Noah's chest until the nurse can check vitals. Renee Porter arrives with a folder under her arm, eyes sharp. Department of Children and Families, she announces, scanning Cole's tailored suit and polished shoes. What exactly are you doing here, Mr. Harrington? Cole straightens. Driving by the Charles. I heard a cry. Found them alone. Renee arches a brow. Most CEOs don't pull over in snowstorms to play hero, especially ones whose names are on half the buildings downtown. I'm not here for a headline, Cole replies. I'm here because 2 kids were freezing on the side of the river. Evan edges closer, fire truck clutched in his fist. He didn't leave us, he mutters. He could have, but he didn't. The words hang in the sterile air. Renee glances at Evan, then back at Cole. This isn't simple. Custody, intake, medical clearance, all of it has procedure. You can't just take children into your care because it feels right. I'm aware, Cole says evenly. I'll follow every step required, but I won't walk away until they're safe. Evan's voice rises, brittle. If he goes, I go. He presses against Cole's side, eyes darting toward the door as if already plotting escape. Cole kneels again, lowers his tone. Evan, look at me. No one's taking you without talking to you first. You're not invisible. You matter here. The nurse lifts Noah gently, checking his temperature. Evan flinches but sees Cole's hand never leaves the baby's shoulder. Slowly, his breathing evens. Renee closes her folder, skepticism giving way to thought. For now, the baby needs observation, and DCF needs to make initial notes. Mr. Harrington, you'll remain on record as finder and temporary guardian pending review. Cole nods. Fine, write it down. But write this too. I'm not leaving them. Outside, snow thickens against the glass. Inside, for the first time since the bridge, Evan leans his head against Cole's arm. The fire truck rests on his knee, silent sentinel in the glow of fluorescent lights. Cole pushes open the townhouse door, Beacon Hill brick behind him, the storm muffled now by thick drapes and high ceilings. He sets down his keys, but the sound echoes too loudly in the cavernous space. Evan flinches, clutching Noah as if silence could shield them. Big house, Evan mutters. His voice trembles with awe and suspicion. Feels empty. Cole doesn't deny it. It has been. Too quiet. Too long. He helps guide Evan and the bundled baby toward the couch, adjusting the thermostat with a flick. Warm air hums to life. You'll hear it fill up soon enough. Marcus Lynn appears from the study, glasses low on his nose, a sheaf of papers in hand. Cole, this isn't... He stops when he sees the boys. His tone shifts. Are you out of your mind? Cole straightens. Marcus, meet Evan and Noah. We're on record with DCF. The clinic cleared them for tonight. Marcus lowers his voice, firm. DCF clearance is not a green light to house 2 minors in a legal gray zone. You're walking into liability, Cole. Headlines. Lawsuits. Cole doesn't back away. I walked into Snow and found a boy holding his newborn brother. Liability wasn't the first thing on my mind. Evan's eyes dart between them, wary. If you want us gone, just say it. Cole crouches down. No, Evan. This is your space tonight. That's why Marcus and I are talking, to make sure it stays safe. Marcus exhales, rubbing his temples. At least notify the department properly, and for God's sake lock the media out before they get wind of this. Cole nods once. Already on it. I'll draft the statement myself. He leads Evan to a small guest room upstairs. The walls are bare, the bed neatly made, the air heavy with the smell of polish and stillness. Evan lingers in the doorway. It's too clean. Cole pulls a chair from the corner. How about this? I'll sit here until you fall asleep. Door stays open. You'll see me if you wake. Evan studies him, distrust written deep. Finally, he sets Noah in the crib, the toy fire truck beside him like a guard on duty. He wakes up a lot, Evan warns. I'll be here, Cole assures. He settles into the chair, shoulders squared in his navy suit, tie loosened. Hours pass. Evan fights sleep, lids heavy until exhaustion wins. His breathing softens, one hand still resting on Noah's blanket. Cole stays exactly where he promised. In the doorway, coat draped over the chair, gaze steady through the night. When Marcus peers in before dawn, he finds Cole half asleep but still upright, guarding the threshold. Marcus shakes his head. You're going to burn down your whole life for this. Cole whispers back without moving. Then let it burn. Some things are worth rebuilding. In the crib, Noah stirs, tiny fists clutching the fire truck. Evan shifts but doesn't wake. For the first time, the townhouse hums faintly with life. Not full, not yet, but no longer empty. Morning breaks sharp and cruel. Headlines slash across every screen. Boy caught stealing formula, CEO, involved in secret custody. A grainy clip, barely 30 seconds, plays on repeat. Evan at the corner store, slipping a bottle into his jacket. The part where he set down coins on the counter never made it into circulation. Cole stands in the townhouse kitchen, phone buzzing endlessly. Marcus slaps down the tablet. This is spiraling, Cole. Victor Hale's already on 3 networks saying you're hiding minors. Stocks are dipping. You can't ignore this. Cole scrolls once more, jaw tight. I won't let a cut video define an 8-year-old. Upstairs, Evan hovers near the railing, toy fire truck clutched to his chest. He hears the word stealing, whispered like a curse. He bolts back into the room, slamming the door. Cole doesn't hesitate. He climbs the stairs, knocks once, and enters. Evan's curled on the bed, eyes red. They think I'm bad, he mutters. They'll take Noah. Cole kneels, lowering himself to the boy's eye level. Evan, the world loves stories that fit in one clip. But the truth? It's longer. You left the money. You tried to do right. That matters. Evan shakes his head. Nobody believes that. I do, Cole says. He rests a hand on the bed, careful not to crowd. And we're going to show them, not by hiding, by telling it plain. That night, with cameras parked outside and stockholders breathing fire, Cole sits in his study. No suit jacket, just shirt sleeves, tie loosened. A single camera stares back. He clears his throat and speaks. My name is Cole Harrington. Yesterday, in the snow by the Charles, I found 2 children, Evan and Noah, alone. Cold. Evan held his brother so tightly it broke something in me. I didn't plan this. I didn't script this. I only knew one thing. If I walked away, I'd never forgive myself. So I stayed. And I'll keep staying. These boys are not a scandal. They are lives worth protecting. I'll take responsibility. He clicks off the camera, exhales into the silence. Marcus watches from the doorway, stunned. You realize you just tied your entire career to them. Cole nods. Then that's where it belongs. Across town, Victor Hale smirks on late-night news. brandishing papers and sound bites. Hero CEOs make fine headlines. But mark my words, there's more to this story, and when the truth surfaces, it won't be pretty. Back at the townhouse, Evan curls against the crib, fire truck beside him, watching the replay of Cole's video. He whispers to Noah, he didn't lie, not once. Outside, the snow keeps falling. Inside, the storm has only begun. The townhouse doorbell chimes mid-morning, crisp and insistent. Cole opens it to find a woman in a charcoal coat, clipboard tucked under her arm. Her smile doesn't quite reach her eyes. Mr. Harrington, I'm Darlene Pike, director of Safe Harbor House. I'm here to collect the boys. Standard procedure. Best to place them immediately in a certified environment. Cole studies the papers she slides forward. Too neat, too practiced. His instincts sharpen. Procedure doesn't trump due process, Ms. Pike. I'll need a court order. Behind him, Evan peers around the banister. His shoulders hunch. The fire truck is clenched in his hand. She wants to take us, he whispers to himself. Renee Porter arrives a minute later, stepping out of the snow, cheeks flushed from the cold. She glances at Darlene's clipboard, brows knitting. Funny. Intake paperwork before intake interviews. That's fast, even for you. Darlene's smile stiffens. We can't waste time. Children are safest in our care. Cole's voice lowers, steady as steel. Safest? With what authority? Not today. He closes the door halfway, barring her entry. I'll see you in court first. Darlene's eyes narrow, words slick as oil. You'll regret delaying. Public opinion shifts quickly, Mr. Harrington. She turns sharply, boots crunching down the walk. Inside, Evan presses against Cole's side, trembling. She would have taken Noah. Cole kneels, hand on the boy's shoulder. Not without a judge, not without a fight. Renee crosses her arms, watching them both. You're walking into a storm, Harrington, but... She sighs. You're right about the red flags. I've seen them before. Safe Harbor isn't as clean as their brochures. That night, Cole sits by the fire with Evan. The house glows warmer than it has in years. Cole pulls a red knit cap from the bag of essentials he bought earlier. He kneels, meeting Evan's wary eyes. May I? He asks softly, holding it out. It's yours if you want it, but only if you say yes. Evan studies him, the weight of 1,000 broken promises etched into his small face. Slowly, he nods. Cole slips the cap over his head, gentle. Evan blinks, startled by the warmth. A neighbor across the street films the moment through a frosted window. No edits, no headlines, just kindness caught whole. For the first time, Evan lets out a small laugh. It's not itchy. Cole smiles. That's good. You'll need it. Outside, snow falls quiet. Online, sentiment begins to tilt. Not all heroes are forged in boardrooms. Some are built in moments where a man kneels, waits, and asks permission. The boardroom is colder than the snow outside. Frosted glass, sharp suits, and sharper voices. Cole sits at the head, navy suit pressed, red tie in place, though his shoulders carry the weight of the last week. Cole, one director says flatly, your situation is dragging us into the tabloids. Investors are nervous. If you want to play foster father, fine, but not while you're running this company. Another chimes in, harsher. Either distance yourself immediately or resign. You can't have it both ways. Cole doesn't flinch. What I found by the Charles wasn't a headline. It was 2 lives. I won't abandon them. The room stills. Words hang like ice. Marcus Lynn, seated to Cole's right, clears his throat. There is another path. Temporarily step back from operations. Protect the company while you focus on the boys. A defined, short-term measure. One director scoffs. Step down? That's as good as admitting weakness. Marcus meets his stare. No, it's choosing responsibility. And if there's one thing Cole Harrington has never failed to do, it's carry responsibility. Cole's gaze sweeps the table. I won't resign, but I will step back, temporarily. Effective immediately. Marcus will oversee daily operations. Murmurs ripple, some satisfied, others wary. The gavel of consensus strikes, and just like that, Cole trades power for parenthood. Later, in the townhouse, Evan fiddles with the fire truck on the mantel, quiet. Why were those men so mad at you? Cole crouches, loosening his tie. Because I chose you and Noah over numbers. That's not what they expected. Evan tilts his head. Did it hurt? Cole smiles faintly. Some things hurt, but the right hurt is worth it. Noah fusses in the crib. Evan picks him up, small arms unsteady but determined. We'll be good, he says softly, so they don't get mad again. Cole lays a hand over his. Evan, you don't have to earn your place here by being good. You already belong. Evan's eyes glisten, though he looks away. Nobody's ever said that before. Outside, the city thrums with speculation. Inside, pancakes sizzle, lullabies hum, and for one night the house feels less like an echo, more like a home. But, in quiet corners, new battles brew. Files missing, numbers off, payments whispering of corruption. And names, familiar and dangerous, about to surface. Renee's office smells of old paper and strong coffee. She leans over a stack of intake files, red pen tapping against her chin. Something isn't adding up. Too many per diem charges, she mutters. Head counts that don't match placements. She circles figures, her brow furrowed. Marcus joins her, laptop open. I've been tracing payments linked to Safe Harbor. Guess who's pulling strings? Victor Hale. Consulting fees funneled through a shell. Renee exhales sharply. So the same man fueling the headlines is cashing in on placements. That explains Darlene's rush. Meanwhile, Cole kneels on the townhouse rug, stacking blocks with Evan while Noah dozes. What did your stepdad say before he left? He asks gently. Evan shrugs, lips tight. Said he was signing papers for Noah. Said he'd be right back. His voice cracks. He never came. Cole steadies him with calm eyes. What was his name? Trent, Evan whispers. Trent Collier. Marcus freezes at the doorway. Collier? That name's in the hospital records. He signed Noah out after birth. Then vanished. Cole's jaw hardens. That's abandonment. Clear and plain. Evan curls closer, fire truck pressed to his chest. Is he coming back? Cole meets his gaze, voice firm but gentle. If he does, we'll face him together. But you and Noah are not alone anymore. That night, Renee sends her audit notes to the state investigator. Marcus encrypts payment trails, every line leading back to Hale. The web tightens. But in the townhouse, it's simpler. Evan, drawing clumsy fire trucks on scrap paper, Cole listening like each line is a masterpiece. Noah's soft breaths filling the silence. Outside, headlines still roar. Inside, truth is starting to whisper loud enough to be heard. The townhouse doorbell rattles through the hall, a sound too sharp for early evening. Cole opens it to two uniformed officers, snow dripping from their boots. Mr. Harrington, one says evenly, we've had a wellness check request, standard follow-up. Evan stiffens, clutching Noah tighter. No, he whispers. They're here to take him. Cole kneels, palm over his own heart. Evan, look at me. The boy's frantic eyes lock on his. I'm here. I'm not letting you face this alone. The officers step inside, professional but detached. One gestures. We'll need to examine the baby separately. Evan panics, backing toward the stairs. If they take him, he won't come back. His voice cracks, echoing through the foyer. Cole rises slowly, his tone calm but firm. Gentlemen, this boy has carried his brother through nights colder than this house. If you separate them without cause, you'll undo the trust he's barely found. The senior officer hesitates, glancing at Evan's trembling form, the fire truck clutched in his free hand. We still need to confirm the infant's condition. Cole extends his arm slightly, not demanding, but steady. Then let me accompany him. Evan can see me with Noah every step. That's how we do this right. Evan's breathing is ragged. Cole crouches again, voice low. Do you remember what I promised at the bridge? That I wouldn't leave you? Evan nods, silent tears streaking his face. I keep my promises, Cole says softly. You'll see Noah with me. He'll come back to you. The officers exchange a look. Finally, one nods. Fine. You can come with us to the next room. No separation beyond eyesight. Cole lifts Noah carefully, but keeps Evan's hand pressed to the baby's blanket. Together, they walk to the den, the officers trailing. Vitals are checked, notes written. Through it all, Cole keeps Noah in plain sight, never letting go until the officer says, He's fine, well cared for. Relief floods Evan. He clings to Cole's sleeve, whispering, You didn't let go. No, Cole answers, and I won't. When the door finally shuts behind the officers, the house falls quiet again. Marcus exhales from the hallway, shoulders tight. That could have gone very differently. Cole adjusts the red knit cap on Evan's head, voice steady. It went the way it had to, because trust, once broken, doesn't return easy, and I won't be the one to break it. Upstairs, Noah stirs in the crib, small breaths steady. Evan kneels beside it, the fire truck parked on the nightstand like a silent guard. For the first time in days, he whispers a fragile truth. I think maybe you're staying. Cole lays a hand gently on his shoulder. I am. But the echoes of footsteps and the flash of badges linger in the walls, warning that the fight is only just beginning. Cold, marble floors stretch under high ceilings, the courthouse echoing with the shuffle of reporters and the sharp clack of shoes. Cole walks in a steady, navy suit pressed, red tie a slash of defiance. Evan clings to his hand, Noah nestled against his chest. The toy fire truck rides in Evan's pocket, hidden but present. Victor Hale commands the front, theatrics polished. Ladies and gentlemen, this case is simple. A billionaire playing savior, hiding children to polish his brand. These boys belong in safe harbor, where real systems exist. His voice rises. Feeding cameras, not truth. At the witness table, Darlene Pike paints her program in golden tones. We provide structure, consistency, trained supervision. Children need procedure, not publicity. Her smile gleams like glass. Renee Porter steps forward, eyes sharp, voice unwavering. Attachment is safety. These boys don't need another shuffle through files and doors. They need continuity with the man who hasn't left their side since the snow. That's what protects them. The judge listens, expression unreadable. Then, softly, Evan, do you wish to speak? Evan's small frame stiffens. He looks up at Cole, who nods once, kneeling so they're eye level. Evan swallows hard, steps forward. His voice cracks, but carries. He always asks me first. Nobody ever asks me first. He did. The silence that follows is thick, unshaken even by Hale's shifting papers. The judge leans back, gavel poised. Mr. Harrington, this court recognizes the extraordinary circumstances. Until full investigation concludes, temporary custody is granted to you. The boys remain in your care. Cole exhales, shoulders heavy with both relief and responsibility. He looks at Evan, who grips his hand tighter, eyes shining. Told you, Cole whispers. I'm not leaving. Reporters clamor, flashbulbs ignite, Hale fumes at the loss of spotlight. But in the quiet center of the storm, an 8-year-old boy stands taller, finally heard. Protesters cluster outside the townhouse gates, their signs bobbing in the cold wind. Cameras flash every time the curtains shift. Shouts of, "Exploit!" and "Save the kids!" mix into one chaotic hum. Inside, the storm feels far away, The kitchen smells of pancakes and warm syrup. Cole flips another onto Evan's plate. Extra blueberries, as requested. Evan grins shyly, red knit cap still snug on his head. Noah babbles in a high chair, slapping the table with a spoon. For the first time, their laughter drowns out the noise beyond the glass. Later, Cole carries Noah upstairs, humming. Passing the old piano, his steps falter. The cover is closed, dust on the keys. He hasn't touched it since his wife died 3 winters ago. Evan peers up. "Can you play?" Cole swallows, fingers grazing the lid. "I used to. Maybe. Sometime," Evan whispers, almost afraid of asking. Cole nods slowly. "Maybe." In the living room, Evan sets the toy fire truck on the mantel. "To stand guard," he explains, "so the house knows it's safe." Cole stares at the tiny sentinel, moved by its fierce simplicity. Every house should have a guard like that. As night falls, Marcus calls from the study. "Cole, we've got momentum. Renee's digging deeper. If we synchronize, we can expose Safe Harbor's lies." Cole nods, but his eyes remain on the fire truck, the silent red beacon. In this house, amidst siege and chaos, warmth has begun to return. Not loud, not perfect, but real. The outside world waits, claws ready. But within these walls, pancakes, lullabies, and trust are taking root, and nothing feels more worth defending. Receipts pile across Marcus's desk like confetti, but each one carries weight. He slides another toward Renee. "See here? Same child listed at 2 placements, 2 different per diem payments. Darlene's cooking head counts." Renee frowns, flipping pages. "And these consulting fees? Hail again. He's bleeding the system for profit." She gathers her notes. "With this, the state police won't just look, they'll move." Meanwhile, in the townhouse, Evan builds block towers near the piano, fire truck parked proudly on the mantel. Noah gurgles on a blanket. Cole watches from the doorway, sleeves rolled, tie draped over a chair. "Cole!" Marcus calls, stepping in with Renee. "We've synchronized everything." Fake head counts, Hale's conflicts, Trent's signature on Noah's discharge forms, it's airtight. Cole exhales. Then it's time. By nightfall, blue lights paint the street. Police swarm Safe Harbor, officers hauling boxes of records, staff in handcuffs. Darlene's smile is gone, replaced by tight lips as she's led away. Cameras swarm Hale, once the loudest voice, now pale under indictment. Back at the townhouse, Evan presses close to Cole. "Does this mean it's over?" Before Cole can answer, a shadow crosses the threshold. Trent Collier, gaunt and unshaven, sneers. "They're my boys. Hand them over." Evan freezes, terror raw. "No," he whispers, clutching the fire truck. Marcus steps forward, folder in hand. "You signed abandonment papers, Trent. Records don't lie." Trent's face twists, bravado cracking. He stumbles back toward the door, then bolts into the night, fleeing from truth he can't outrun. Cole gathers Evan and Noah close. "He can't hurt you anymore," he says firmly. For the first time, Evan's grip eases. The fire truck stays on the mantel, standing guard, as the storm outside begins to break. The final hearing looms in a courthouse packed with whispers. Cole stands tall in his navy suit and red tie. Evan holding the toy fire truck like armor, Noah perched on his hip. Reporters murmur as the judge enters, gavel striking once. Victor Hale, pale but still theatrical, sputters from the defense table. "This is reckless. Billionaires can't adopt children as if they're acquisitions. These boys need guardianship, not—" The judge raises a hand. "Mr. Hale, you are under indictment. Your objections are noted, but carry little weight." Hale sits, seething. The courtroom quiets. The judge's eyes settle on Cole. "Mr. Harrington, one question remains. Why adoption rather than guardianship?" Cole breathes, steadying himself. He doesn't look at the cameras. He looks only at Evan and Noah. "Because love isn't paperwork. It isn't temporary. Love is a duty I choose every morning, whether the sun shines or the storms rage. These boys deserve permanence, not conditions. Evan squeezes Cole's hand. He never leaves, the boy says softly, but clear enough for the judge to hear. The judge's expression softens. Gavel strikes again. Permanent guardianship and adoption are hereby granted to Mr. Cole Harrington. The room erupts. Cameras flashing, voices colliding. But in the center, Cole kneels to Evan's height. "It's done," he whispers. Noah babbles happily between them, unaware of the weight of law that just shifted their lives. Evan presses the fire truck into Cole's palm. "We're really yours now?" Cole's eyes glisten. "No, Evan. You're really mine, and I'm yours." For the first time, Evan lets out a laugh not shadowed by fear. The toy fire truck gleams under the courtroom lights, a symbol carried from the cold bridge to this warm, irrevocable moment. Outside, the world still debates. Inside, a family has been forged. Spring air filters through open windows, soft with the scent of blossoms. The townhouse hums with sounds it hasn't held in years. Footsteps, laughter, the squeak of toys across polished floors. Cole kneels on the grass at Evan's school field day, tie loosened, sleeves rolled. Parents cheer from the sidelines, but his eyes never leave the boy sprinting down the track, red knit cap bobbing as he runs. Noah toddles nearby, clapping with tiny hands, squealing with joy. When the race ends, Evan dashes into Cole's arms, face flushed. "Did you see me?" "Every step," Cole says, breath catching with pride. He lifts him high, Noah squealing to be included, and for a moment, the three are one circle of warmth against the bright sky. Back home, the piano is no longer silent. Evan plinks uneven notes while Noah smacks the keys with delight. Cole joins in, the melody rough but alive and now. Cinnamon rolls cool on the counter, the smell weaving through the rooms. On the mantel, in a glass cube, the toy fire truck sits upright, plaque beneath it. The night we chose each other. As evening falls, Evan crawls into Cole's lap, eyes heavy but voice clear. "You kept your promise, Dad." Cole presses a kiss to his hair, deep blue eyes shining. "And I always will." The house, once echoing and empty, is full of noise, of love, of chosen family. And outside the world keeps spinning, but here, at last, the storm has passed. Sunlight spills across Beacon Hill, no longer cold, but alive with spring. Evan's school field day draws a crowd of parents and children, the grass bright with chalk lines and laughter. Cole stands at the edge of the track, navy suit jacket folded over his arm, red tie loose. His deep blue eyes never leave Evan, who runs with the red knit cap tugged low, the toy fire truck tucked safe in his backpack. Noah toddles nearby, his steps wobbly but determined. Each time he stumbles, Cole is there. Steady hands, warm smile, a promise embodied. Neighbors murmur, some recognizing the man once splashed across headlines. Yet here, he is just Dad. After the games, the family returns to the townhouse. Music drifts through open windows. The piano, long silent, now carries clumsy scales and childish laughter. Cinnamon rolls cool on the counter, frosting dripping slowly in the golden light. On the mantel, a glass cube gleams. Inside, the toy fire truck sits proudly, a plaque etched beneath. "The night we chose each other." Evan crawls into Cole's lap, sweat damp from running, eyes glowing with pride. "You kept your promise, Dad," he whispers. Cole's arms circle him, Noah nestled close. "And I always will." His voice breaks, but in it is strength, not sorrow. The house that once echoed with emptiness now hums with life. A family, not by blood or plan, but by choice. A love that began in snow, sealed in trust, and now blossoms in spring. The storm has passed, and in its place, a home.